Our latest program modification involves this optional else block. You can see it was made by Antonia to become part of the if statement right above it. So the else part or else block of the if statement is completely optional, and we add it when we decided we need it, but the if statement, of course, can exist without it just fine. So let's try a little bit of testing with this current version of the program with if and else and see what results we can get from here. So enter a number. Let's first try positive number. The output looks correct. Then we try a negative number. Okay. And again, we get the correct output and report the correct magnitude of the corresponding positive number. So what this else block provides us with is a block of code to run when the test of the condition of the corresponding if statement was false. So when this condition evaluates to false, the block that belongs to the else part of if statement executes. And when the condition is true, then the if statement block executes and else block never executes. So they become two mutually exclusive blocks of code depending on the true or false outcome of the if statement condition. So once again, I want to remind you that this such else block is completely optional. When we made our program work the first time, there were no else blocks, but we were able to handle everything with just individual if statements. And any if statement is fine without the else block, but not the other way around, meaning that each else block in the code must have a corresponding if statement to which it belongs. Otherwise, again, there will be a compiler error. So, for example, if we let's just select this portion and try if, that would be lost without the corresponding if statement. And if we try this part, immediately the interpreter looks up the syntax and says this is not something I can understand, and it's pretty much the invalid syntax. So we have the else statement that cannot be used on its own. It can only be used with an if statement. And so let's save this. And one last thing to try in this video is to try input a 0 value. Okay, so if I type a 0, what happens is that number greater than 0, the condition is false, and so we're still printing that this is a negative number, which is not correct, right? And then finally, this condition is tested. We print that's a 0. So basically, we have another logic problem to fix because the program is thinking that 0 is a negative number. So let's make this fix in our next video.